Not even ready. You guys are already on here. Whoa, hi. Whoa, man. Looks like infinity signal, but I don't know what language you're typing in there. I always look at letters like that and go, what do you do with people who have sloppy handwriting? I don't know how they can read that, but I guess like anything else. All right, so how we doing? Mic check here is decent. I don't know what to call you. Infinity signal, kind of cool. Oh, all right. So you guys hear me all right? Not too hot, not too loud. I don't change it week to week, so hopefully check. Yeah, that looks like we're decent there. Not getting too hot. There we go. Excuse me. Oh. Yeah. I cleared my throat You guys only knew the suffering. I don't know if any of you guys have allergies. It is a miserable thing to suffer from. Oh, let's see. So we got 4 or 5 of you guys on. Just looks like it's just members so far. Shit, I'm going to get back over here. Oh, okay. We're good there. Got an interesting lineup. Market's fucking just completely dead as we wait for the Fed. Well, there's a few more coming. I do like that, whatever your handle is. Saeed K. Hey. Saeed, I'm saying that right? Yeah, I think so. Yeah, it's interesting lineup. That's some new members. That's always good, right? I like to see people that are learning or are still in the learning curve. And we've got we've had quite a good number of new members coming in, and some of them not ready to post up charts here, but just give me something to work with. Road clearing. All right, we'll get started in a minute or two. I'll try and get maybe 20 on here. How are we doing on time? It's just 1 minute after. Give it another minute or two. Market moved. The NQ is unchanged. We'll get rolling here. We got kind of an interesting lineup. We got some crypto. I see very few traditionals. Some FX, which is kind of nice to see. Makes no difference, right? Some chart's a chart, right? We approach them the same way. Now, that's not that they don't have unique characteristics, but the TA approach, you want to stay consistent with that. We'll get a couple more here. I always give 3-4 minutes. Let's see. I got quite like 3 or 4 in FX. Crypto. There's one here that's a little weird. So I'm just kind of looking for insight on just no particular time frame. Just they're interested in kind of an overview of it. And so we'll get all of those covered here. So we'll get rolling in a second, guys. Here, I'll just give people a minute or two to get in. It's hard to watch a live stream during the day, right? But it's actually a good day for it because the markets are quiet. I personally, I find myself always watching them after the markets close, the ones that I enjoy, and I do. All right, there's a few more coming on. All right, guys. So, Saeed, thanks. Good. Okay, so Mike is good. All right, let's give it another. Let's see if we get 1 or 2 more. And then we'll get it rolling. First up is Bitcoin from my friend Wonka. Oh, what do we got? It's on Bybit. Interesting, right? He's trying to get us done here, which is kind of why not? There's some. Oh, here, we'll get rolling. Okay, that's enough chit chat. We got that's close enough. All right, disclaim. Fully disclaimed. All right, am I good here? I got everybody ready to go. All right, hey guys. Happy Wednesday. Happy Fed Wednesday. Well, this is we live in times where central banks dictate how markets react, right? Money goes where it's treated best. Right, so where is it being treated best? Well, we'll have some ammunition for that discussion as we go here. Right? Is it being treated best in Bitcoin here? Well, we have a range, that's for sure. Now, there's been a little bit of, it's a bit of a push-pull. And I should note that this is Wonka's, this is one of my two, right? I have one variation on this, but I'm using this because the variation here, as you see here, is he's getting it done via an ABC, right? So it gets a little funky down here because of the wicks and the inherent nature of crypto and multiple exchanges, so we don't have centralized price data. But it's not a bad thought at all, right? So, I mean, these are technical, so we get a golden zone tick, right? That's the liquidation wick. Interesting. Oh, and we know this was a golden right here. This is another golden, right? So, right, I've showed that a gazillion times, right? Goes right to second target, right? So we know, right? We know Bitcoin loves the golden zone. And here's another example of it. So could we be done here? Well, there's no reason not to. Now, the other thing that you can't see here as easily, right? There's just a beautiful order block sitting right here. Now, you could call this, some people would call this a momentum order block. Other people would call it a rally base rally. But either way, right, we can draw that across and say, okay, well, however you wanted to define your order block here, this is a point of significance here, as this was our pause before we went up. So all the structure breaks. Now we come back to it once, twice, tapping it. Now, as I've said before, I'm not of the theory that, I mean, I think it's kind of silly that the more times we test a zone, the stronger it gets. I would beg to differ. The more times we hit it, the weaker it gets. I've used the analogy, if you're throwing rocks at a window and it doesn't break the first 3 times, probably more likely to break on that 4th time. So this is, right, I'm not doing pure Elliott here, because if we're going to do an Elliott pull, we do it this way, right? We wouldn't take into account an expanded B. We just go, oh, this is the pivot here, but we're just doing this dominant to dominant, right? So, boom, right? Because that's what the algo is going to do, right? It doesn't care about an expanded B. It's just going to go, what's the closest? So we can look at it this way. This is the PDA, right? As SMC traders would call it. Well, here's the dominant, right? Here's 50. Golden zone. I am out of log scale, just to note that. I don't think we have twice the range. No need to be in log scale here. It's generally 4 times the range, where you're going to want to look for 3 to 4, right? There's no hard rule that I can find that's consistent, right? So some degree, it's a little bit, can you make out what's there? Do you get a radical difference going to log stream? And there's some assets where you just have no choice. You have to do it. In fact, we've got a few teed up today where you have no choice but to go to log scale. Here, you do have a choice. Now, if I was looking at a daily or weekly, or a weekly or something longer term, might not have that choice because I'd have that range. But here, okay, so the idea is 1, long 2. Well, to some degree, looking at that, you could think, God, if that's 1 and this is the 2, right? All of this is going to be my 2. That implies to me that we're in for just a monster 3, right? If we hold here, excuse me, which is, there's definitely a case to be made for lower 20s here. And okay, so how do we get out of here, right? So, well, okay, so we've got a little ETF action, right? So Europe's got an ETF, now Japan's got an ETF, so a spot ETF, I should note. And that may be what's behind a little of this kick here, but a long way from saying, okay, the low is in. We need a US-based ETF really to give this rocket fuel. So we could consolidate here for a while until there's a catalyst, right? Now maybe the Fed news today, although there's nobody's expecting a surprise, so it's all about the dot plot and what they're forecasting. We might get a little kick from that, but I doubt we're going to go up and take out those highs based off of the Fed meeting today. So we just kind of stay in this frustrating, but what do I want to say here? This is not particularly, oh my God, I got to get in here and participate here. But if you're one who has a longer term horizon, this is not a bad area to be accumulating, because if you just look at what the market's doing, You think that's what the market's doing, maybe? Accumulating at the lows, selling at the high. We get in this kind of a range where there is no real direction. Now, we can put an Elliott count on it, and the Elliott count implies, right, if this count is going to hold, it implies a higher move up to get up to the 3, 4, and 5. Okay. It implies it, but that doesn't mean that's inevitable. Right now, okay, right, and then you start to kind of look at some of this stuff, and okay, you kind of understand, well, makes sense as to why we've stalled up here. And it kind of makes sense as to why we've stalled down below, right? We just kind of look at all of this action here. We're kind of stuck in this range. So what gets us out of this range? My view is it's going to take a spot ETF to really run. There's some seasonality coming, but I don't know that. I mean, this is great work from Wonka, right? It's great Elliott work, but I don't know that this is like, oh shit, well, I better buy it. Well, okay, let's just be mechanical about it, right? I wouldn't be overly interested until we get on the other side of that golden, right? So because I know I'm going to have algo resistance here, so get over it and it maybe come back down. Okay, now I'd be a little more interested in adding. I mean, as I think everybody knows here, I'm a bull, right? You can call me a perma bull. But I just accumulate, right? And all my kids, my parents, my sisters, I tell them, just buy, right? What you can afford, accumulate, right? And talk to me in 3-5 years. I think you'll be happy. So I don't know that there's a lot here other than, this is certainly good work from Wonka to get this done, right? I mean, this is a very tricky count, right? This is great work. A, B, we're ending diag here. A triangle into the B of the BC of the B, right? It's just really good Elliott work. But I don't know that you get here and you go, well, shit, I'm buying it. I think you get here and you go, okay, keep me posted. Right? We'll update when it goes. But for anyone working on their Elliott skill set, this is great because it's so difficult, right? This is, I guarantee, 20 Elliotticians, you'd likely get at least 5 different counts here. Is there something we can say objectively? Well, swing low, swing high. We bounced on a golden zone out of an order block. That's about all we got. That's really about all we've got here to work with until we break one side. So you might look at this here and just say, okay, it's just a big, right? Until we get out of this range here, we're just in an algo box, right? Between short and long algos. I don't think there's much more to add there. But thanks to Wonka for that good work, and that's a good lesson for any of you guys that are working on your skill. Can you get a count here, right? That's the first question. Can you get a count? It's not easy. All right, Wonka, I don't know if there's, excuse me. Sorry, guys. I don't know if there's much more to say there, right? Okay, so let's keep moving here, and this will, what's Wednesday? By Friday, I'll be surprised if we're not still in this range, unless there's a surprise today from the Fed, which would, I think they're trying to do everything they can not to surprise the market. So until we get out of this range here, what do we call it, from 30 to 24, it's a lot of wake me when it moves. Okay, so next up, I've got Mo. Now, he posted this. Mo's, I think he's a relatively new member. He posted this last week. Now, hey, Mo, I don't know if you're on or not. Hey, Werner Showman. All right. Mo, the chart that you posted, I checked it twice. You gave me Maker, but then you asked for Maker. So I went and pulled up File. I tried to do it on what I think you're using. Which I think you're charting off of Coinbase, and I couldn't get any of your work to come over. Shit, nothing came. No. Is this your stuff? See, I think that's what you have on. I think this is all on Maker. So I'm just going to go here from a blank chart. So let's just look at this here. As far as I'm concerned, this is the quintessential love-hate chart of crypto. This is both why people love it and why people hate it. And to some degree, you could say this is why there's just a complete lack of interest in crypto now across countries, nations, globe, hemispheres. I mean, if you pull that up, so you see, you pull that up and you look at it and you go, holy shit, look at the kind of moves these things will make. well, then, I mean, that is just the ultimate round trip, right? I mean, it's borderline obscene, right? I mean, seriously, we're going this kind of a move and we're giving 100% of it all back. There's the love-hate right there. Right now, you see, the optimist, I guess we could look at it this way, or those bullish on crypto, what do they focus on here? They focus on the left side, right? The pessimist who's like, oh, this crypto's bullshit, right? They focus on that side, right? Each has just as strong a case as the other. Now, something like Filecoin, which is legitimate, right? I mean, if there's going to be a crypto revolution, File will play a part of that. So if you're an optimist, you look at that and you say, yeah, left side. All right, okay, we gave it all back, right? Blah, 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 right? Crypto, right? Changed. Things changed. So you might look at this and say, I mean, is the TA, is there anything to do here? Yeah, I mean, not at this degree. Now, I am out of log scale, right? Just to make the point. Now, what it's interesting here. Now, looking at that pivot right there, all right, and this one as well, but looking at that pivot, isn't it just the first question you have, like, wonder why it stopped there? At least to me, that's the first thing I go, oh, shit, it looks like we're going. Excuse me, why does it stop there? Damn it. Sorry, guys, the allergies are killing me today. Oh, shit. Here, let's try this one. Does it, I mean, I know it's been 5 years of this, of me going, the chart doesn't matter, time frame doesn't matter. There's your dominant algo right there, right? Up, oh, why does it stop there? Look here, I mean, it looks like you got a couple of them actually here, right? So again, so what's the point of this? So you look at it and see, oh, how is it technical? Actually, let me pull that back. Right there, I'll bet you've got another one there, right? So on the way down, it's all algo driven. 1, 2, 3, you're the targets, right? So I do that because I feel like I'm doing this for 5 years. I feel like, oh fuck, man, not this thing again. Can we talk about something new? Is it new that you want, or effective, right? Or something that is indisputable? There is no chart where you can put that in front of me and I can't find it. It's none. There is none. It dominates all charts. Everywhere, every time frame. So if you're looking at this down here and go, oh shit, I wonder if there's any golden zones down there. Well, you can't even look at it until you get into log scale. Okay, well now we look at this. Okay, well, all right, looks like maybe there's something. Well, now here's an example where you have no choice but to be in log scale. Although it's kind of good to look at the TA and say, well, the first question is always, well, is it technical? Is the algo ruling here, right? Well, I think we can establish that, right? So we know it is. All right, well, I mean, I knew that before I even looked. Okay, do A, B, C? I mean, it's so far here. I don't even know that a count really is worthwhile here. You see, what I see here, I go, okay, is it worth count? You know, maybe the exercise would be worthwhile, but I think what you see down here is, okay, basing. I don't really care what the count is down here. No, this is me personally, right? I guess to some degree, that's the point of this, is right, give you my experience. Okay, we're down here. Okay, where's 0? All right, well, we got some distance, right? We're not at 0. So there's room for that to fall. Let's get you back here. But what happened the last time it got down here? Right? I mean, I think you can be as just... Oh, shit, is this... Could you be done here? Well, again, I really don't think it matters much, right? I mean, if you want to be an owner of Filecoin, I would just be buying spot down here, on the assumption that, okay, we've done a round trip, let's accumulate, because if we're going to have a crypto economy or a crypto sphere that is functioning, that adds value, that has a purpose, right? That there has to be some reason, right? Filecoin has a reason. And will likely, again, it's another 5 years from now, you'd probably be glad you owned it. But I wouldn't be so worried about, oh, fuck, is that is that the C of the... just buy it. That's my view down here, right? If you want to own this project. If it goes, I wouldn't even put a stop on it. Seriously, that's how I would approach it. I would just accumulate, right? If it goes lower, I'd accumulate more. If you're a believer in the project, right? Does it have a utility? Does it have some reason to exist? It does. Do we have a count here? It actually looks like you could, if we simplify it, it looks like you'd probably do this, right? 1, maybe you're working on a 2, because it looks like I can get a 5 here with an extension in the 1. Looks like I got a good 5 here, right? So it looks like a good 5 here. A, expand the B, A, B, C. We know that was technical. I think this is the one we looked at, although I don't, log scale, let's see. Right, perfect. Does it matter, right? Log scale or not, does it matter? No, doesn't matter. Right, there it is again. Right, we're going to 4th target there. Okay, 1, 2. Again, I don't think you need to really worry about that, right? If you like it, buy it, right? If it goes a little bit lower, buy a little bit more. So don't shoot your wad right here. You know, accept the possibility it could go lower and just average down. That's my view here. I don't think there's much, it's not that I'm trying to get out of doing the count here. I just don't think it's a worthwhile use of your time. I've just accumulate. Okay, Mo. Now I know you wanted another one. I'm going to do that one here because you sent it to me. Oh fuck, where did I put it? Oh yeah, shit. Oh, I'll get to it in order here. Okay, so there you go. There's that one, Mo. Okay, this is a tricky one. This is there's Maker right there. I'll just knock this out right here when we got here, because so this is again. This is from Mo asking about Maker. Another one. You know, there's a use case here. Now this is out of log. I think he sent it to me in log. It's kind of the same idea down here, right? Okay, so welcome to crypto, right? Round trip, right? We just made a TP. Now, are we going back again, right? That's the question, right? Oh, well, look at the potential that it's got here. Oh, God, look at all that potential. Are we going back, right? So that's, again, this is what the bull looks at and goes, yeah, we're going back, and we're going to leave that in the dust, right? The bear goes, whoa. Why would you buy that, right? So the only certainly you wouldn't want to buy it anywhere other than, okay, we've done a round trip. Okay, so now I can say, all right, I'm buying in where there's value down here. I suppose you can make that case again. You know, whoa. Well, it's actually got higher price than you think, right? So here's 0 down somewhere around here. Oh wait. That's you're giving me. Oh, that's not right. Oh fuck. I don't think that's right. All right, we'll just focus over here. Okay, so I'll tell you what. These are things that he put on here. I'm just going to do this. Let's get everything off of there. Okay, so here's our round trip. Let's go to log. 5. Well, the history here is. I wouldn't be trying to connect it all. Okay, well here, at least let's look here, right? Here's the last one. All right, a little sloppy here. We hit it, broke it, 707, 707. Again, all right, it's not that I'm avoiding the Elliott. I just don't, it's not particularly effective here, right? So if it's not effective, we don't want to force an Elliott count, right? That's why I try to remind people that we're not Elliott purists, right? If it's there and it's useful, great. If it's not there, okay. It's not like we can't come up with some TA that could be useful here. So here, 1, 2, right? Nice double bottom. We can understand why. Okay, well they're basing here. Excuse me. So, all right, that's a daily. Let's try a 4-hour here. See if there's anything we can do. Do we have a? Darn it. Sorry guys, I told you I'm really bad with the allergies today. Okay, so let's try an 8. Okay, so when you bring up the chart like that and we're coming out of a zone like this, wouldn't the first thing you'd think, right? Okay, well let's see, is the Elliott going to be effective here? Do I see a 5? Well, that's what, right? If you're a bull, that's what you'd want to see, right? Oh, maybe there's a 5 there. Maybe I get a 5. Maybe I can get a 5 out of there. Okay, well now I got something to work with, right? It doesn't really matter, right? Okay, I got a pivot, right? Now I got something that's happening. Okay, I got a 5. Looks like I got let's look at that. Let's get in there. Let's go back to that 4. I kind of have a 3 there. Be kind of shallow. 1, 2. So I think we can, let's get all this off, right? So what's the idea, right? So we want to, when we can, right? We want to try and keep all of this connected, right? So we don't want to try and connect this with this, right? This is completed. This is the correction. All right, now it's shallow, and we just look at it and see it's probably not a 50, right? Mighty shallow here. Out of log, doesn't even make it in log. Let's stay in log here. Oh, that kind of looks like Bitcoin, doesn't it? 1, 2, 3, 4. A. Let's push this off here. Enough to go. Is that another 5? Right. That's really what we're trying to decide here. Is that another 5 that we could work with? Well, this kind of gets my attention here. This looks like. Oh, Jesus, I hate that little feature. I think there were some stops here. How about here? Right, they didn't get those. But anyone who was long here, right, likely got them there. Boy, I wouldn't want to go 1, 2. All right, so whatever we're doing here, your premise is that you've got, I guess you're going to have your low here. All right, so we got higher high. All right, we got a higher low. 1, 2, 3. I don't like that either. Let's again. If the Elliott is not like when Elliott is best, it's like you can't miss it. It's like, oh my God, how can you not see the 5? How can you not see the 3? When you're have to grind. Where the fuck? I can't find. Back off the Elliott, right? Again, now, we have purists, and as I said, most of my team, they're much better Elliotticians than I am. But what I bring is just a lot of trading experience. So, again, it's from, I'm so heavily influenced by Elliott because that's what I was trained on, right? So my mentors were Elliotticians, right? So I can't disengage it, right? When I see a chart, I see the 5s and 3s. I can't undo it. So it's hard for me to go, okay, we'll just ignore the Elliott. Okay, well, all right, do I have a 5 there, right? So, okay, I got something here. Maybe that's an ABC. Maybe we're doing some sort of a diag, but okay, well, then we'd have to overlap that. So the Elliott is a little funky here, but what do I have here? I have a swing low, and I have a golden zone, and then I go right to target, right? So there's the algo, right? Duh, right? Every market, every time frame. Doesn't matter, right? We know that, right? I'd like to think I don't need to continue to make the case for that. Okay, so there we go, right? So something, I wouldn't call it an impulse, but at least it's a bullish move. Oh, fuck. What we got there? Can you even get a 5 out of that? I don't think you can, right? So you're kind of stuck with this. Okay, I don't know what it is, right? Do we care, right? So that's the next question. Do we really fucking care what all that is here? I got a technical pivot, right? So, okay, I got something I can work with there. I got this, right? Now here's my PDA, right? Here's my premium discount. I go to the discount and I hit the golden zone. Boom, and then I go straight to target, like almost interrupted, right? There's no next 50 or golden zone. Just boom, right to the target. Now I get a little chop down here. So what do you call that? A little combo WXY probably. Okay, so let's see if we can get some Elliott on here. Would you do that? Boy, that implies some bigger push coming up here. I mean, there's no harm to put it there. I might leave that like that. Okay. This, I guarantee one of my guys get a count on that. I just wouldn't worry about it. All right, so I'd like to see that all self-contained. So here we're out of it now. Okay, right? Can we keep going here? Right? ABC, X, ABC. Okay, let's go with a 2 there. 1, 2. Okay, maybe we got another. Let's go up a degree here. Okay, so let's see if we can get another 1, 2. Maybe working on 3, 4, 5. Okay, maybe. Right, you just kind of, sometimes what we're doing is you kind of, it's like let's pencil that in. Right, let's see, right? Knowing that, oh, okay, fuck, this might change. But right now, okay, we'll pencil that in. Did we get a 50 here? Yeah, we did. Okay, so we got, okay, so now, all right, so now it starts to get some structure. Okay, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low, right? Correction, higher high, higher low, right? So it starts over again. So I got a swing, I got a correction, I got a swing. What am I looking for, right? Again, I can't get the fives out of my brain, right? There's no way for me to disengage that. So I look at it and go, okay, well, 1, 2, okay, looks like you might have some sort of sloppy impulse there. Okay, so what would be the process, right? Which is really what we're doing here. It's much less, these live streams, I like them because it's a chance for me to really interact with the members. Most of the interaction, excuse me, is with my team, right? Because they're really they're as I say, they're better Elliottians, but I get to see how my guys are doing, right? How they're doing with the material we're teaching. And it's, there's trade setups in here, but really what we're trying to teach is the methodology, right? Because I mean, there's no shortage of places to be taught different styles of trading. So Elliott Wave, now dwarfed by market structure or smart money, right? Is absolutely dwarfed by it. So for us, aging Elliotticians, I guess we could call it, right? Is it still valid, right? Is it still useful? A lot of people think, right? No, this is, oh, no, that's my, as I've said many times, right? Oh, no, that's my grandfather's TA, right? Shit, I actually am a grandfather. That's the crazy thing. Okay, so 3, 4. All right, 4. Can I get a 5? So what? If you're looking here, do you want to buy it now? Right, that's a rhetorical question, right? I'd say no, right? That's what you're looking for, right? We want to buy the retrace, right? So I've got something that looks like I've got the ingredients of something to have completed here. Oh, do I have anything below? I think these are from Mo, because I think this is there's one of these I've never heard of, the Kapak curve. I don't know what this is either. BZZ ETH? No idea, right? This I recognize. That's a Gann high low in multiple time frames. Then I got an RSI. Well, here's the RSI pushing 80. Here's the ADX. Okay, we've got a little bit of a trend there, and it's not great, but okay, right. So where would be the trade, right? If you were looking at this, if you want to get involved in Maker, that's kind of ugly, right? So I'm going to guess the line chart's going to look better. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, top of the 5, top of the 3, right? That's what the implication here. So I'd be waiting for this. Those are ugly, right? That's just nature of crypto. What the volume looks like here, probably pretty decent. I mean, this is not an inexpensive crypto. 3, 4, get up for the 5, right? So the two ways to look at this. The trade is wait for the retrace here, maybe back into some of this consolidation, right? Put definitely, right? That's one, you put a stop on it, right? Even if you're trading with spot, I'd still not, because the risk, right, it's way too high, right? So I definitely want to have a stop on it there. 4, 5, right? Okay, so with the premise being, okay, if this is 1 and this is a 2, going to be a shallow 2, well, that's not going to be 3, right? So that would be the 1 of 3. So again, see, this is where Elliott can be helpful, that the market structure, smart money trader, they don't get this benefit. They're not that they're, I mean, it's a full feature, SMC is a full featured trading approach. I'm not suggesting that it's not, but this is a case here where the Elliottician gets a benefit, right? So I can look at this and go, well, this is 1, 2. See, we get the if this, then that, right? Which not every TA approach has, right? So 1, 2, well, if this is going here, it's not likely, right? Anything's possible. It's not likely to be my 3. That would be pretty bizarre, right, to have this massive 1 and then this tiny little 3. But what's more probable here? I'd get the 1 of my 3. So if this is really going to go, what are we talking about here? We're talking about this. Boom. Right? Big 3. If we're going to have an all bull. 1, 2. Right? So even if you're looking here, oh, I'm going to buy the 4 to the 5. Well, don't forget, right, that you're not anticipating that. I mean, could it happen? Of course, anything can happen. But is that probable, right? That's what you're looking for. So really, the trade is here. If it were me, right? So crypto's such a snooze fest right now. I'd wait. Okay, show me the completed 5, and I'll take the retrace into the into this support, right? I'll take it. Come on, bring it down. Show me the 5, right? Complete the 5, and I'll wait for the 3 that corrects it, and then I'd go. Right, that's what you're waiting for. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Right, where's the money ball? Right, wave 3. Can we even get? Well, that would have to be the 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right, so it's there. Right, you've got a decent impulse. Excuse me. All right, that's what I see there. And we're down to a 30-minute here. All right, we get back to a 4-hour. Right, that's going to start to look a little bit more interesting. 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I don't think you need to be in a hurry there. And also, you can kind of just look. This all looks like, okay, we're just in a big range here. Now, I really harp on this a lot, right? So whether you're new, subscriber, members know here that I would tell you that of all the places on this chart where you could be a buyer, if you ask me where's the worst place to buy, right here, worst place. Just like I would tell you this or this or this, worst place to sell, right? We're just in a big range here. You want to let this get up, right? Oh shit, that may be too far. You don't want to buy the breakout, right? I'm not saying, right, breakouts do work eventually, but the risk it's just stupid risk. Why? Oh, I'm sure it's going to break. Well, if you're sure of it, well then there's a whole bunch of other people that are sure of it too, right? The breakout boneheads, I call them, right? Yeah, they get it every now and then. They have to, or they'll stop doing it. But the breakout boneheads, they're going to take that, oh my God, we're going to the moon, right? But there's always those that are, because if they're trading breakouts, I would tell you they're likely inexperienced, right? If they're taking that, my opinion, right? I could have my head up my ass, but if you're taking that, see the inexperienced trader gets up a little bit, it starts to come down. Oh fuck! I got to get out, and so they get out, right? And then it's free to go, right? Because then you had the swing, and then you had the retrace here. What happens here? Because that's what the pro's looking for, or the algorithms, right? Oh, is a bunch of supply come in here, or do we hold here? Break, retest. What's happening now here since I've had the break and retest, and the breakout trader likely is completely confused. So now what does he do now? Wait for this one? Oh, I'll take the next breakout. Well, just think about market structure, right? And this is where market structure and Elliott Wave really play well together, right? What's the assumption we make, right? So when we're trading, we have to make assumptions, right? Because there's no certainty. So what's the assumption that the market structure trader makes with every swing? Any break of structure leads to a retrace, right? Break of structure, retrace, and then the retrace is where you want to be looking to enter for the next break of structure. But it's the same idea, right? You don't want to buy the breakout. No. That's what the bonehead does. That's the breakout bonehead army, right? You want the, let me get that out of there. You want the break is what sets up the retrace, right? Break, retrace, break, retrace, break. That's the pattern. Higher high, higher low, higher high, higher low. And they say, well, what if I get one of these rippers? Oh, okay, welcome to trading. You missed one. You're not going to catch every train that leaves the station. Okay, well, if you got that right there. Well, oh shit, am I screwed? Can I not trade it? Well, that would look to me like 1, 2, 1, 2. Yeah, let's label it. Let's see if we can do this. Right, just for the exercise. That would have to be up there. Let's take that up a degree. Oh fuck me, come here. Let's go micro here. So if this is the next one, and we retrace. Not going to be 3, right? If this is, so what would you have here? 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, right? That's a lot of 1, 2s, right? It makes me uncomfortable to have that many 1, 2s. But if we start to accelerate, now if you're working backwards, you got to put that together. Oh, okay. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. 3, 4, 5, right? And then it starts to give itself its own structure because we can forecast here, but the market creates the swings, right? So up, swing, retrace. Oh, got a big one, right? Likely the third. 4. Oh shit! Here, if I did it, let's do it the right way. 4, 5. All right. So, oh shit, there's an impulse. Oh, completed impulse. And what happened? Swing, retrace, swing, retrace, swing, retrace. Right, same thing, right? Now, what's going to happen on the downside? But again, these are tendencies, not certainties. Oh, I'd get a little break here. Oh, what would I have here? Oh, a little change of character. Higher, high, higher, low, higher, high, higher, high. Oh, lower, low, lower, high. There's my retrace, right? There's my ABC into the 4. Right, now we're up for the 5, right? So they play so well together, but the big lesson and the thing that I think should drive your thinking, whether you're applying Elliott Wave or market structure, is break, retrace. There should never be break buy, never. No, break, retrace. Now you want to wait, right, for this thing to come down a little bit. Oh, okay, all right, retrace. Now go. Right, you don't. You want a reaction, right? So if we come down here, we get to the 50 golden zone. I want to see a little reaction. I don't want to just sit here with a limit order, right? I see a lot of people teaching that. That's again bonehead. Why, right? There's nothing says we couldn't do that. I want to see the reaction there. So once I get the reaction, then I can put my stop right there, just like everybody else on the planet, which is why every pivot is always loaded with stops. That's why it's liquidity. 1, 2, 1, 2. It should be like rock solid in your brain. Break of structure. Oh, great. I got a break of structure. Now I'm just going to wait for the retrace because that's what follows the break of structure. All right, I don't think there's anything more to add there, Mo. Okay. What do I got now? I got Mo asking for ETH. Okay, all right. So listen, Mo. All right, Mo's taking advantage of. Oh, do I have this? Oh shit, Mo. Let's do it over here. Warning, white screen. Before I came on, I was trying to figure out how to get Google into dark mode, so that wasn't so shocking, and I couldn't find a way to do it unless you go into porn mode. I couldn't figure out how to make it dark. I was looking right before I came online. Okay, so this is what'd you give me here? So you gave me ETH Bitcoin because it said at a golden zone. So we'll look at both. So I think you wanted ETH. Okay, so now I got your stuff here. Okay, so 1, 2 to a 50. Okay, this is good. Let's back up a little bit. This looks good, Mo. So we got some time, some fib time. Let's get a little gnarly. Okay, all right. So can we see a 5 here? Right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. A little funky, right? But those are funky times, right? That's 17, right? That's when our first big run, crypto bull. Is that? No, is this fuck? Is this COVID? Nope. Where's COVID? March. We didn't get much of a pullback there. That's obvious. It's right here, right? That's COVID. Interesting. Fuck, get out of there. Okay. So here's. Oh shit! I can't even see it. That's 2.5. Okay, so we got 2.5. Here's, he's kind of doing a golden zone. That's interesting. So I've never seen anyone do it that way, right? Golden zone and time. Interesting. Okay, so we've got this. We got a good pivot here. So okay, maybe this I would ignore, right? Just as he's done it. Oh shit, Mo, that's a lot of stuff on there. That may be here. Let me try and. Shit. Okay, Mo, let's see how I got it. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 gives me a 1 here. I got an A. I got an A, B, working into a C. Okay, so we're on the daily. Let's go down a little bit. God damn, there's so much on there. Okay, so where are we pulling this from? You're pulling this from here. Mo, no disrespect to your work here, but this is so much. I'm just going to get it clean here so we could just take a fresh look at it. Right? It looks like you're on the right track here and you know what you're doing with regards to working through fib time and fib price. But let's get a look here. So the last one that you were pulling was this one. Right? So this is the golden zone that he's referencing in his comments. Right? So we can probably get that done. Right? So some sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So again, I can't not see them. Okay, so there's a 5. There's a retrace. All right, so swing, right? Remember, we want this where we can, excuse me, we want these self-contained, right? So there's a perfect Elliott channel, right? You can just see it. Okay, long, grinding. Retrace there. I actually already don't like that, right? So I don't, well, that's the wrong way to say it. As a technician, I don't want that to, I don't want to connect this, right? It's I'm connecting this with this. It's too much time, right? And Mo, I'm assuming you kind of get what I'm saying there. Let me go back even to a daily. I'd be, fuck. I can get a one. Fuck. What are we doing with that? That had to be some bizarre thing happened there. This so again, right? Kind of what I was just saying. I don't want these connected, right? I don't. It's not that they couldn't be, but if as a technician, if I'm looking here, I wouldn't be thinking 1, 2. If anything, I'd be thinking this is 5, and we're just drifting here. So maybe we get it done this way. Jesus, some. Well, it looks like I got a leading diag there, right? So 3 longer than 1, 5 longer than 3. So it looks like I can go 1. Oh fuck! All right, let's just use it here. 3, 4, 5. I'd be more inclined to do it that way. Oh fuck! Come here. Let's go minuet here. So something along those lines here. Maybe right. What we've just got here is. Are we truncating there? I don't really want to truncate, but I don't like the idea of trying to connect the two. So I don't think I can get it done here. If this is, unless I'm doing one. Oh, actually, maybe I can. Right. So maybe do it this way. We'll just. Something weird happened there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 could give me my 3 there. Better looking 4, right? So the whole thing plays a little bit better right here. Right, when you're trying to put something together like that, there's a little bit of like, oh, you know, you got to kind of position your pieces on the board and say, oh, fuck, does that work? 1, 2 does not work for me here. Now, again, I could be completely dead ass wrong, but I don't. Let's get out of log scale here. I like this better. Let's do it this way, even though that's truncated. Well, let's see what we get here. This is my, oh, fuck me, come here. So you're gonna force me to do it this way? Well, so one thought is, okay, I don't want to truncate ever, right? We don't. It's the absolute last resort. All right. So as coming out of log here, maybe I'm doing it this way, but then I'm still doing 1, 2. Yeah, I don't like it. Don't like it at all. But let's see if I can put something together here. So let's go micro here. So we'll go 1. Well, if we're going to do it, let's do it this way. Maybe through a long combo. Put your green here. And this sure looks like a 5, doesn't it? Or may just be stuck with it. There is a 5 in that. So I think you're just kind of stuck with this shitty Elliott. I do not. I wouldn't trade it. Until something's got to happen here, right? I got to get something like that, or we've got to break down here. When is that? That's October of 22. Into our 2. That's a no trade for me, right? That's no trade. It doesn't make sense to me, right? If it doesn't make sense to me, and maybe it makes sense to you, Mo. Maybe you like what you see here. I know what he's riffing on is this, right? Well, I got to go back to log for that, right? So that we're right at that golden zone. It's just to me, that's a wait. That's a wait and see. Okay, if you start to go here, okay, well, if this is going to be 1, 2, well, what am I looking for, right? So it's got to start with a 5, right? It's got to start with a 5 as the one of the 3. So I'd wait for that. If I get this 5, okay, retrace it, fine, great. All right. maybe a little deeper, right? So give me that. I'll take the retrace. Rather than, oh, well, okay, what's one thing, right? Again, until you just are not doing it anymore. Here's the one thing I wouldn't do. I wouldn't buy that. Where are all the stops? Where, you think there were some stops there? Stops here. Right, that's what the algo is looking for, is liquidity. Where's it going to find the liquidity, right? It would certainly find some under here, right? So if this holds here, okay, well, it's the weirdest 1-2. Well, not the weirdest, but it's an unusual 1-2 based on length of time. Okay, well, then if that's going to be 1-2, give me the next 1-2, right? Because it's got to happen. Has to happen, right? If we're going to have a bull, right, it's got to be 1-2, 1-2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There's no alternate there, right? So it either happens or it doesn't, right? Again, back to, I like that. If this, then that, and if not that, then no trade is, I guess, what we would say, right? If we don't do this, no, next chart, next trade, next pair. So actually, Mo, what you have there is truly a very low risk trade. I mean, you can't get the risk much lower than that. I'd put my stop not up, maybe a tick below the 707. I mean, you're basically banging the 65 right now. Again, I don't trade that way. All right, I wait. I want to give me just something. Just give me a reaction, right? Because how do we know it's not just gonna? We don't, right? So give me the little sign right here, like here, right? So here, a good example. You might have thought, oh, there's the reaction. That trade devil guy always tells me to fucking wait for that reaction. Well, there it is. Okay, well, you're underwater right now, right? If you took it here on the retrace, maybe you took it right there. Oh, one ABC. Oh. You still in? Probably, right? You put your stop on the 65, right? But you didn't, well, where would you have bought it? Thinking you're going to get that, right? Rolls over, right? That's why you don't want to just sit with a limit order. I know maybe you made a little scalp there, but I think that's a hurry up and wait, because this is, well, crypto. Snooze, right? Until the U.S. government figures what the fuck they want to do, right? We could snooze for a long time. Okay, all right, Mo, I gave you what you had there to work with. Now, this is, it's always weird it does this. It doesn't tell me who that is, or it abbreviates the handle. Oh, this is Jump Pilot 69. Okay, got it. Okay, so he wants the, it's an unusual choice, US dollar, Brazilian real. Whoa, I thought I brought that up. No chart. I thought I brought it up. Oh, here it is. Okay, all right, because I don't think fucking I remember ever looking at this. So here it is, right? So this is, excuse me, guys. Okay. I don't think I've ever looked at this chart. Ever. Let me go back to, here's our low, 2008 low, right? Financial crisis low. Didn't really get a COVID low, really. Well, a couple of good examples here of, well, let's go to a 3-day here. I'm just kind of ranging, right? So this is a lower low. So everything has to start here, right? So I just left that there to demonstrate, right? It's a lower low than this one, right? So we can't go 1-2, right? So it has to start there. Oh, let's see. Am I in log? I'm not in log. It looks like this is kind of shallow. I don't think we're going to make a 50 there. We're not. It's not like it's a requirement. We can't call it a 2 because it didn't make the 50. But that's where you would look for them more typically, right? That's most common location right here. Looks like I've got a push. Well, let's just, okay, so this is with pencil, right? This sure looks like a 4, right? Just not progressing the trend, just a lot of sideways. Well, right now I don't have a new low, so let's not assume anything. Let's just look here. Okay, some sort of, oh, it would have to be a combo, right? W, X, Y, this could still be going. That could be a triple. Hard to say. It's not the prettiest looking chart. Let's go back to a daily. All right, so Maybe he's from Brazil. That's why. So there's a, God, I wouldn't call that an impulse. Well, okay, so working backwards, right? If we're going to finish here, if that's the low, here, well, let's consider that. A lot of times with an Elliott count, you work backwards, right? Okay, well, if this is going to be our low, well, okay, first question is is that an impulse? Oh fuck, it's not a pretty one if it is. 1, 2, 3. You can get an impulse here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I think you got to go A, B, C. What do you do with that? No, I'm not saying that to be. We got a count in there. PK or Tony Talon, some of my really good Elliotticians, or Wonka actually, probably that'd be a good one for him to take a run at. Could probably get you a count in there. I look at that and I go, oh fuck, who cares, right? Well, why do I even care, right? I wouldn't even try. Okay, right, so what do I really care about? Okay, well, this is just slop. Okay, so where's liquidity, right? So that would be the thing that I'd be looking at this going, okay, what's the algo going to do, right? Because fuck, especially in FX, 99.9% algo driven. Okay, where's the liquidity? Well, here's, sometimes it's just easier to just, all right, okay, so we know there's equal highs up here. Stops have already been run here. There's equal lows right there. So this is well, it's tough trading in here, right? So this is incredibly common in FX, right? You see it just almost every pivot. You can see what happened. You can see the stop runs, the liquidity, almost every one, right? This one, right? This one, they're all, right? It's just grab the liquidity, run the stops, right? That's welcome to FX, right? I would tell you futures, if you want to trade in this arena, futures much better to trade. Okay, so let's see where we are here. We've got fuck me, come here. All right, so I've got a swing of some sort. Okay, well, can I call that a 5? Well, it's 5 adjacent, right? Maybe 1, 2, 3, 4, maybe. Okay, A, B, C. Looks like you got an A, B, C, right? So maybe you got a flat there. Okay, so after all of this, I really don't even care. I don't even care about the count. Okay, so what could I do here? Maybe, right? Again, you pencil it in, right? I'm not in ink. I'm just going to pencil that. Maybe I got the start on something. Okay, well, I got a 5 here into a flat, right? I'm in the pocket, right? Do I want to buy that? Well, okay, so look, right? Remember, right? When we have these kind of equal lows, that's just, oh my God, it's just like I can't even believe people that even trade there. It's so obvious. It's ridiculous. It's so obvious, right? Did they run the stops? Run the stops. Did they run the stops? Run the stops, right? That's all they do is run the stops, right? Grab liquidity. So, okay, do you want to be a buyer here? Well, okay. I mean, there's a chance you could do it, but remember this line of thinking, right? Buyers at lows create new lows. Sellers at highs create new highs. Why? Why is that such an important thing to remember in trading, right? So if you're buying it down here, where's your stop? Right? It's underneath, right? You think the market and the algo doesn't know that, right? So boom, right? It'll do it, right? That's why you want to let this thing get a little bit of distance, right? And then come back, because it's the one time they can't run the stop, right? When the market is too strong, because if you're right here, I guarantee you that algo is going to try and go get to that, right? So the buy side algo has to be strong enough to say, oh, wait a minute, well, where else is there liquidity? Well, there's some up here. There's some up here. But this, oh my God, you're just asking, you're just literally bending over. It's saying, please. I'll let you fill in the blanks. That you got to get away from that, right? You're way too close to that. Even though, see, it's tempting to look at that and think, oh, but look, the risk would be so low. Look, because if I got stopped out here, it'd be so small. Well, yeah, get used to it, right? I hope you like getting stopped out pretty much every hour on the hour, because if you try and buy down here, that's all that's going to happen. I say that with like I know it's the probabilities would be that would be a very dangerous place, right? And if they don't get you on the first day, they'll get you overnight. They'll widen the spread. That's not a place to be looking. What you want to do is let this thing get, okay, now retrace. Okay, because here, now I've got some distance, right? I'm not just sitting here. I'm not just bending over saying, please, you know what me, right? Boom, now, okay, because if they can't, if they break this, oh fuck, okay, well maybe we'll try the whole thing down here at the golden zone, and then the whole thing starts over, right? I got to get some distance from that pivot because the algos are going to just drink there, right? So, right, fuck me, come here. I got to get a little distance. Jesus, I'm so bad with that thing. Now, again, start again. Can they get it? Can they get it? Nope, they can't get it. Oh, they're going to sweep that. Oh, maybe they'll sweep that. Maybe they'll sweep that. Now you got a trade on. Now I got a 5. Oh, holy shit, right? And all I had to do was just not give in to the temptation thinking, oh, my stop will be so close here. That'll be easy. It'll be easy to trade that. Oh, what if it goes, right? What if it goes? Look at all the money I can make. First question is, if I trade here, what are the odds of me getting stopped out, right? Where's the algo going to look for liquidity? I'd let that one, that's got to get a little distance there. Oh shit, now I forgot your handle. Jump Pilot, that's it, Jump Pilot. Okay. Oh shit. Time for, we got a lot of people viewing, but not a lot of commentary. Okay, all right. I know most people watch this after the fact anyway. That's when I watch them. Okay, so now I've got, it's going to be a short one here. So I've got Pro407, who is, by the way, just got his blue belt. I think it's blue belt, right? Just completed his blue belt. Right, so congrats to him. So let's see what he's thinking now that he's... Oh, what did you give me? Shit. No, I think I already have this up. You gave me... Fuck, you gave me the Euro to the Aussie, I think. Yeah, here it is. Excuse me. Okay, same idea, right? In FX, this should be, your eye should be drawn to these like immediately, right? So I just did this just to kind of show you, right? Okay, sweep the highs, sweep the lows, sweep the highs, sweep the lows, right? That's standard ops, right? In FX, right? It's just retail gets bent over constantly. It's amazing, right? So why did they keep coming back? Because it's cheap to trade, it's easy to trade, accounts open in 5 minutes, you're on MetaTrader 4, and boom, 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 you can lose your money at your will. Right? That's why people do it. But you know, if you don't have an awareness that this is what you're in for, if you aren't prepared for that, and you don't know that that's what's likely going to happen, right? You can't be close to any of those pivots, right? Because that you can't sell it here and put your stop there. You can't do that. You'll get stopped out every time. Right, because as soon as it's here, right? As soon as we start to go down, you're leaving that. It's like, oh my God, please come up and take it, right? And then the poor sap. Well, so you have two things here. I shouldn't be so hard, right? Because I was a new trader once as well. I was inexperienced. I still make mistakes, so it's not like I'm coming to you saying I'm the world's greatest trader. That's never what I'm saying. I've just been doing this for a long time, so. Right, you can't that will happen to you every time in FX if you don't recognize it, if you don't see where it could happen. Every time, right? And then you wake up the next day going, oh fuck, I knew that thing was going down. I knew, I woulda, I shoulda, I coulda. Right, bad things happen right here. So it happens down here, Okay, well, is it technical? Or is the algo in here? I don't know. You tell me, right? Is the algo in here? That's a perfect golden zone to the tick. Well, okay, so this is Pro407. You're not really flexing your blue belt muscle here. Okay, you gave me some threes. I would have thought you'd give me a little bit more here. Okay, well, let's see if we can put something together here. Oh, okay, so you want to run this as an expanded flat, and this is a zigzag, I guess, right? Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So the zigzag I like, right? So, yeah, you're kind of stuck with it, right? It's not a great looking 5 in the A. I was not in log here, right? So this looks like it might be a little short. No, it is, right? So nice little zigzag. You know what? That looks like a classic. That looks like don't forget about this, right? This is the original measured move. If I get right on that, right? There's your original measured move, right? Again, human beings, we are not that precise. Only software does that, right? So there's your A to B equals C to D. Well, X to A equals B to C. Excuse me. All right, so there's your classic. There's classic Coke, right? Now, we're new Coke with our version of it. Our version is right here. All right, so I get right on that, right? That's right to the tick. I don't think we get this. Oh, here's another great, just, again, if you're going to trade FX, got to know that that's going to happen. Now, it will happen to you every single time, right? And unless you have an awareness of this. Okay, here's a good example. What is this? Oh, I see what you've got here. I see what's going on. Pro 407, you're in a crazy color. That's why we don't have your count. Oh, okay. You gave me. I was going, man, for a blue belt. I was a little disappointed. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now this is looking better. Okay, great. Well, here, look, you see it happen right there. See that? Every time. Every pivot, right here, every pivot, they're going to run the stops. So retail, right? That's what they do. That's how they make their living. Okay, so 1, 2. Well, just out of curiosity, right? We always want to measure twice and cut once. Okay, if this is 1 and that's 2, how do I look here for my 3? Right? I made it. At least I'm 100%, right? You know, you'd like to see it go a little higher than that, but that'll do, right? So you wouldn't be anticipating a monster 5, since we only got a 3 here. That's just a little over 100. Not that that's guaranteed, but tendency. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, so we get a wide. Boy, that's a wide channel. Well, let's do it. Let's right. We want to use channeling whenever we're applying Elliott Wave, right? So I'd do it this way here and just play that as a running parallel. So easiest way to do it is just put it right on your channel. And then, then if you can get it. Oh, wait a minute. Oh, shit. You've got a bunch more in here I can't see. There we go. Oh, now I'm seeing everything. I'm trying to get this line out of here. There we go. There's our sliding parallel. Okay, now I see what you're doing. Okay, so now you're thinking, oh, that's too bad. All right, so there's the 1, 2. A, B, C, 1, 2, 3. I see what you're thinking, right? That would have been good right here. Right, 3, 4, up to the 5, you would have had it. Now you're going to have to squeeze that into a diag. Doesn't look great. That's too big no reason to be that big. You like the big. Some of you guys really like these big degrees. I'm always surprised by that. So let's go here just so we can see them a little better. Let's go up to micro and let's put that in green. All right, okay, so 1, 2, 3, right? So it makes you wonder, oh, fuck. That's not what I wanted there. This is no way you're pulling that into an impulse, right? So you're a little bit fucked there. What do we got, a 4? Let's go down to a 1 here. Let's see what we can do there. Fuck, come here. All right. That's a shame, man, because it looks like you could squeeze it in there. I might do this. Oh, fuck. Sort of big, more of a combo. W, X, Y, 1, 2. Fuck that. That is not great looking. Well, here again, Elliott aside, what do we see here, right? It's consolidation, right? Then there's the break. Great example here, right? So people say, "Oh, you're full of shit, man." Well, look at that breakout. Well, okay, yeah. Assuming you sold the high, right? It's come all the way back to where it came from, right? Because that's what will typically happen from a breakout. Well, because we got to go test that. What's the supply like there? We're going to hold, right? The order's going to get filled. We're going to go up for our 5. Well, that's a reasonable location. So you'd anticipate something like that coming across. Okay, well, a lot of business was done here. Shit, if I put a will it give it to me on? I'm not sure if it'll give it to me on FX. Maybe it'll give me the tick volume. Yeah, it will. Okay, so we're right on the. Okay, so a couple of things to highlight, right? So this low volume node here, we want to pay attention to that. We've come up to the edge of value, but I can't do it as an impulse. So you're a little fucked there. Okay, so just seeing where we are here. A big high volume, another low volume node right here. I'd wick that off and get that out of here. Okay, so these are areas to, okay, just want to pay attention there. I don't think you can finish that. I see. I don't think you want to try and squeeze that into as a diag. Well, let's just see here. I think that's not really a 3. If I use this here, even if you really squeezed it in there, right, then it looks more like an ABC, doesn't it? Let's go to a 4 here. Is there something we're missing? Well, you're kind of at an inflection point. Like the good, this is a little bit of a hurry up and wait to me, because the good trade that you had all set up was right there, right? It was ready to go. It doesn't happen. Right, so if it doesn't happen, what does that mean, right? Do you stubbornly stay a bull here because of all of this was so good, and then we get a failure swing up here? I'd propose not. Now I'm not sure, right? And if I'm not sure, I'm not trading it. So what's an alternate here? Would we want to put this out here, right? Then we're getting pretty far away from the channel, even if I double it. Let's clone it. Just see if I could get anything that might be in the realm of possibility there, right? So I'm just taking it down 50%, right? So I still have my runner here. Is this a possibility, right? I start thinking, okay, could it be WX, right? Because this being much more like a 3, right? Are we coming down for a 4, something like that? You know, I mean, you're getting pretty, right? It's going to get harder to. Maybe you could do it down here. Well, here, let's get us some targets. All right, maybe you could pull that off. That'd be a big 4. But look, you might, right? So you wouldn't necessarily want to see the exact same kind of 4, right? I call it a guideline. My guys might differ, right? Rule of alternation, I call it a guideline. So, right, so I get an expanded, so I get a flat here. I'm going to get a giant flat here. Maybe. Here's what I don't want to do. Call that a completed impulse, right? Because it's not. It's not. So, right. So, see, if you do that, that's just lazy. You're just being lazy. You're like, oh well, fuck, it's implied, or it's close enough. Close enough. I mean, there are times, right, where I'm quick to discard the Elliott. This isn't one, right? Because I've got good Elliott going up, right? It's good. Maybe. What's the only other thing you might look at here and say, okay, Elliott aside, what's the algo doing? Right, what's it done last? That's the only thing left for you here, as far as I'm concerned. Right, we got a lot of consolidation. Well, we could look at the market structure, right? It's all FX traders want to trade ICT stuff, right? So, I think the guy's a brilliant marketer. So I have to give him credit for that, right? His stuff is, well, mostly plagiarized, but I digress. Okay, so this, are you dying to buy that? Well, one thing we can say with certainty, right? I wouldn't buy it here with a stop under that, right? You're just asking to be bent over. Do I have a 5 there? Maybe you could talk yourself into a 5.3. That's a 4. Let's see. Right. Yeah, you might be able to play that. Pro 407. Okay, but that's too close, right? So it's too much a target, right? Oh, fuck, right? Do you think is there anybody on the planet who doesn't know that, well, there are definitely some, that don't know that there's stops there? You think the algo knows? Yeah, the algo knows. All right, so this would have to come out of here, right? So well, if it's me, okay, because it's tempting to go, oh well, look, I could just put my stop there, right? So what's the risk? Well, big deal. okay, you could do it. I wouldn't put much size on there. Let's get the next 5. Okay, there's kind of a choppy little 5, but the earlier price action doesn't give me any conviction in the count. So, okay, maybe there's a 5, maybe there's a 3. Okay, well, next thing that has to happen, if this is going to go, has to be an impulse. It's not like optional. Can't be a diag. Can't be anything but an impulse, right? So having that certainty about if this is going to play ball here, and we're going to go up here and get out of this channel, and we're going to have this is going to be a 3, 4, 5. There is no alternate option here. This has to be an impulse. If it's not, then this count is wrong. And see, to me, right, having that kind of certainty about what's got to come next is a huge advantage. Huge. If I didn't think there was advantage to Elliott Wave, I wouldn't be part of what we teach. It's not always an advantage, but here, huge advantage. This has to be an impulse. So if I knowing that, okay, well, there's a 1, 2. All right, well, I mean, it could be this, it could be that, it could be weird, but it's going to be an impulse. So 1, 2, right? Could be that. Could be that wacky, but it's got to be an impulse. Right, so that is a huge, huge, huge advantage to the Elliottian. Huge, knowing what has to come. If it's not that, then this count is invalid. Period. Right? Simple. Right? I like that black and white on off. Yes, no. As opposed to, well, there's an order block over here, and maybe there's a fair value gap. Oh, here, well, we filled that fair value gap, so now there's an order block here. It could be a gazillion different things. Here, I got one thing, one outcome. That's it. If it's not that, then this count is wrong. Huge advantage, right? That all the SMC traders have decided that, oh, Elliott, fuck, it's too hard. Well, fuck, man, why do I have to memorize all that shit, right? I can just draw some lines. Okay, so everybody? PK, send it. What'd you give me there? Squishy face? Okay, well, how are we doing on time? Well, we're kind of early, right? I didn't get a big lineup from the guys here. Tilray. Oh, well, I'm in Tilray, so here's a good example, right? I'm a little underwater here. I bought twice. This is from a live stream that I remember. If you guys remember this last Wednesday, I was like, fuck, I like that. And when I get off the live stream, I'm going to go buy a piece of it, right? So I'm just buying the underlying. I'm not doing options here. So I kind of like this reaction here. Now we'll see. Oh, fuck, what time is it? We got another hour plus for the Fed. So why be in this trade, right? So why be in Tilray? Okay, well, oh shit, I know that's annoying. Hang on. Okay, the first impulse here is pretty solid, right, into a 3. So I got a 5 followed by a 3. Now I got another 5. Whoa, that's a deep 3. And it actually looks like it could go lower, right? So here, let's get in there. If this is 1, 2, 3, 4, could be. Well, let's label this, right? So if this is A, B, and we're working on C, right? We're going to run out of room down here, right? We can't overlap this, right? That's got to hold, right? Or this count is wrong, right? It's W. Fuck, that'd be a tough one to pull off. Well, that's why I liked it, because we can't break this here. We can't. This is not going to be a WXY. I wouldn't try to turn that into a 3. It's a little gnarly. But every one of these swings is accounted for. You need the 1, 2 here to give you the next 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of the 3, right? You need all of that sideways for the 4. So there's no alternate count that well, fuck, maybe there is, but I don't see one here that gives me, it makes me think, oh, maybe this is WXY. Shit, here, I'll talk to PK about that. I don't know, maybe or Walker, one of my guys. It's such a good 5 followed by a 3, and it's technical, right? And I think we have a golden here, if I'm not mistaken, or it's a 50. Out of log scale, that's why. Okay, so I get right on that pivot. Shoot right on that pivot. Right into the right to the Vegas wave. It's just gorgeous. I think this was a 50 as well, right? So you got a lot of technical confluence here to support the idea, right? It was, right? So here's there's little 3 drives, right? Great setup for the short here. Do you see what they're doing there? Running the stop, running the stop. Do you see that? It's, welcome to the markets, right there. Okay, so A, B, C, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, A, B. Now this is what we don't want to see here, right? If you're in this trade, right? 3, 4. It can come a tick to it, but it cannot overlap that. So we don't want to see that 5. To tell you the truth, let's see if this is 1, 2. It's going to be tight. It's going to be tight. Boy, what would you turn that into? This is solid. Well, if we break here, something bad has happened. Right? I think there was just some good legislation about pot stocks getting a second look. I don't think there's an alternate here, but I think anyone who's interested here, this is, you're sitting at, that's anchored VWAP off of this low, right? It's a decent spot, high volume notes. I mean, there's enough reasons to be looking here, right? All of this, right? If size wants to come in, right? So now we're on to a traditional. If a buyer wants to come in, right, and drop some size on, they're not going to do it at a low volume node, right? They're going to do it where there's high volume. So you're okay there. I'd want to be looking here as well, just dominant to dominant, right? So Elliott aside, remember the algo doesn't care about your Elliott count, right? It's just going to go swing low, swing high. Okay, where am I? All right, well, there's the 50, there's the golden zone, but I can't. The Elliott count is what would break here, right? Or it would be invalidated because you can't go 2 there. It's for someone who's looking in trads. It's a cheap stock as well, right? So I wouldn't fuck around with options, right? So because you don't want to fight the time decay in case it gets stuck here, right? You can just buy the underlying. I don't know. I bought a couple grand, right? Just because I like the count, right? It was nice. It was one. Who gave this to me? It was a JD. One of them gave me this, and we went through it last week. It looked beautiful. This all just happened this week. Now maybe we get a little bit of a kick coming out of here from the Fed. The market wants to go up. Let's see. It's flat. It's flat. Remember, the market always wants to go up. Always, forever, and that will never change. It wants to go up, right? So it's basically it's just coiling, right? Like, just can't have bad news, right? I don't think anybody's expecting a surprise, but it's the dot plot and the whatever he says afterwards that will move the market, and their algo is literally programmed to words, right? Pauses in his delivery, buy sell, right? It's that extreme. Reasonable spot if you're looking. We can take a small piece there. It's a $2 stock, right? That's candidate. Okay, I got just enough time. If anybody has a, I guess we could open up to requests if anybody had one. Did I get a second one here? Wait a minute. I might have a second one from Pro 407. Oh, warning, white. No, that's the same one you gave me. Oh, but that's the completed count. Now I can see it. Oh, I know what. I get it. You did. You're in a white background. That's why I couldn't see your stuff. Let me see if I can get that up here. Oh, hang on. If anybody has something they'd like me to look at here that's watching. This is gold. Oh, let's see what you gave me here on gold. Okay, we haven't looked at gold. Let's pop that over. And if nothing comes up, we'll just take a break here. All right, what's gold doing? Well, right, anytime I'm bringing up something like this, I want to get out to the daily to start with. Okay, I've looked at this many times. This is actually an interesting chart, right? So there's a couple of question marks here, right? So the first one is this is a good example, right? Is this ABC, right? 3, 4. I guess you could think of it that way. You'd prefer that, I think. I'll get you out of here. Gold, like a foreign exchange, like FX, right? You'll see this same phenomenon, right? Those stops will be targeted. right? Just like they were here. This is the same idea, right? You'll see it at all these pivots. Same thing here, right? So we got equal lows right there. That's well, if you look there, each one, right? They're running the stop here. This one looks like they got. And so I take the time to do this just so you know to look for it. Right, it's FX, gold, always, right? Well, shit, pretty much everything, right? But it's just pervasive in FX, right? They just, because there's so many new, I'll be friendly. There's so many new traders in FX because it's so cheap. You can start $100 in an MT4 account and you're in, right? And you won't last long, but you're in, right? You get a little fun. Fun in your day. Okay, so let's see if we can make this work because you've got a beautiful ABC here. This is a kind of a bitch. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get something done here. I'm inclined to do that, but I could be wrong here. Let's just see. Well, so what would you, right? So that's a conundrum. Is it 1 2 1 2 or 1 2? Right. Well, if this is going to be the 4, I'd be inclined to go work back to this because of time. Right. So I want the time to be better, a better fit. Right. So let's see how we look here. Right. So always want to be right, measuring, so we don't fuck our cut up. Okay, so you'd have to fuck. It is brutal. This is such a cluster of a. Can you really get a diag in that? You might be able to. Let's see if we can label that. Since we're here. I'm not sure that's going to fly. Let's just, again, sometimes you pencil them in to see if you can make it fly. A, B, C, A, B, C. Is that an ABC in there? That might be a little Elliott force fit. You know, what is it, right? So you got a waterfall here. Let's go with the 2 here. I'll be curious what PK has on this, or Wonka. Be curious what you guys have on this. Okay, let's do a little more measuring, right? So let's just see what we get here, right? So this double top, right? So I don't want to do this. It's tempting, right? Triple. But then you'd be looking for the pull from here, right? If we were done, right? And you're coming up, maybe. That's so. You think that was an algo? Right. Well, one, look at the triple bottom we got. This is a daily. Look at the triple I get there. Bang in the 50. Probably an order block right here. I can see one. Right there, right? A little order block before we go up, right? So here's the currently. This would be your. Well, that's low that did its job, right? So up, we don't get a new high here. We get a low here. Triple, boy, that's tricky. I'd be much more inclined to do this. Oh fuck! Come here. Do this. Now, where are we going? Well, my guys, this is one that's open to interpretation, right? You could count this. You could put the 5 here. You could do 1 2 if you can get a 1 2 there. 2 3 4 5. This would be your 3. That would be the alternate, I guess. Can't say I love that. Well, you'd have to do it this way. 1 2 3 4 5. I suppose that's, boy, how do you? That's a tough one. Well, let me label it. PK, you on here? What do you got? It's a head and arm waves. All right. Let's see here. So Jesus. You'd have to do it that way. So you'd have to do a WX. Oh, fuck. WXY. Or fuck. No, you could do a flat there. No, it's not really a flat. So you'd have to do some sort of a combo into that 2. Then you'd have to do 3, 4. Do you have a 5 there? See, I don't think you do, right? I just don't. I don't like it here. So let's do it. Let's keep with what I've got here. Let's say it this way. This would be my primary. All right. So let's see how the channeling looks, right? So we've got all these tools to work with, right? So that's going to be outside. Let's let's clone it. See how I look here. Not terrible, right? And we know it's technical, right? So from this pivot to this pivot, we're right at a 50. So what have I got here? Boy, talk about a spot you don't want to buy. Going up for that 5. I don't hate this, just out of curiosity here. So just little things. It's much deeper. The 4 to the 2, but the time is not it's pretty close. Out of log scale, just kind of a faster way. The time is almost exactly the same, which would lean me into that as the 4, right? So you see what I just did there? I'm just taking the time and just putting it up here, right? So do it like that, right? It's almost the exact same amount of time. So I like that as the 4. You'd have to kind of dig your 1, 2 out of this 3, 4, 5, right? So we could probably get this up as a 1. You know, again, this is that would be penciled in. Let's go blue, maybe. Oh, we've got a higher high, higher low, right? So you know there's an order block in that. Momentum, order block right there. You probably could use the whole thing. That's a daily. All right, let's get to an 8. Is there a 2 in there? It ain't pretty, but yeah, there is. Ah, fuck. Oh, my iron condor just got filled. Okay, that's good. Okay, so, gosh, Jesus, I can't squeeze it. I hate that when you can't squeeze it any tighter. Oh, that's as tight as I can get it. 1, 2. Oh, fuck. We're clear there. I don't want that 2, but that's pretty much all you got to work with. Into a 1. All right, well, if that's it, right, you want to play gold. Gold is kind of a nasty market, right? A lot of stop running. It's an unforgiving market. Let me say it that way. Well, gun to my head, someone said, "Well, you have to trade gold." I'd be looking for it a little bit lower. Maybe that order block right there. So what would that be? Right? We'd have to look at that as incomplete. Now, again, there's no requirement that it comes down to the 50. Oh, Jesus Christ, come on. Same thing, right? Same thing, right? You see it. I do this to train your eye. It's just as right? After a lot of years of being that guy, right? Now, that's the first thing I do, right? Especially if I'm talking gold or FX. Okay, where are they doing? Right? Where are the stops being run? Right? Run. Okay. Might be a little deep there. Looks like a pretty good 5. So how would you do that, right? So you'd have to do that. Oh, Jesus. No, I don't want to do that. 1, 2. That's not great. Well, there's the change of character, and there's the retrade. That's actually a nice little setup right there to look for. Right, so this has been going up. There's the, right, we've been higher, up, right? First little break. Now the retrace, I'd be willing to bet you that's technical. Right, there's your algo, right? 3rd target, 4th target, right? That's a, fuck, if you get nothing else out of this, right? That's a great, if you want to use, for your SMC enthusiasts. Right, it's the change of character you get here, and then the retrace back, right? Golden zone. Right now, fuck, if we go down to something smaller, there's going to be an order block or something you could work with there. Well, what you have there is a massive fair value gap. That's for sure. Shit, that holds. Jesus, you got a monster of a fair value gap right there, right? That got filled in, right? So now when you can combine concepts, right? So what do we have here? All this imbalance, right? The market just, there's nobody on the other side, so it just free falls. Then we come back, and when you're filling the fair value gap as you tag the golden zone. That's a trade you want. Now there's an example. Okay, that's actually look at this setup here. Again, every pivot you'll see this at every degree, right? Do you think they ran the stops there? Because someone's in here, oh fuck, look, I got it the golden zone, right? Check it out. Oh man, oh it's gonna go, right? And where do they put their stop? Right there. Right there. Where and the market comes back, grabs the liquidity, and the guy wakes up the next morning and goes, "Oh, you got to be fucking kidding me! I knew that thing was going down, right?" And then it goes so fast, right? Where are you getting back in? If you missed it here, or if you were too tight with your stop, where's your next chance to get in? You don't get a 50. You don't get a golden zone. This was it, right? I'm on a 30-minute, right? For the home run hit there, and that's a pretty big hit. I promise you, somebody sold it there. Oh, golden zone. Came back, got wicked, and then saw that go, right? And that is soul crushing, right? If you're a trader. Oh my God. Look how much I would have made. Look how much I would have made. Those are things you don't want to think or say. Don't let that enter your mind. Okay, next trade. That's a downward spiral, and then you'll be careful of that, right? Okay, you just got to start the next one objectively, right? Go. Oh, I can't think of the guy's name. Tom Hogle. I can't get his name. But it's the name of the book is Best Loser Wins. It's a great book on the psychology of trading and dealing with losses, right? And he uses Tiger Woods as a good example. He said the guy had the most amazing mental capacity if he had a bad hole, he'd walk to the next tee to start the next hole like the last one didn't matter, right? Nothing carried forward with him, and that's kind of the same thinking here. If you got wicked there, welcome to trading. It won't be the last time. So you got know, right? If you're in gold or FX, that's what they're trying to do to you. They're trying to do that, right? That's bait, is what that is, right? Many of these, right? The same thing here, right? I promise you, every pivot you look at, you'll see it. Oh, I got it. Oh, fuck. Or it would have been here. Oh, I got it. I got the golden zone. Let's come back on. I got it. Fuck. Right, you got to give it room to breathe. You got it, and that's why you want it with FX or gold, right? You don't want to go in big initially. You got to start with a little bit of an appetizer before you go to your entree, right? You got to get a little distance, because if you're too close, you're thinking, oh, but I'm only risking 12 pips. I'd give that 99% odds you're going to get stopped out if you're trying to come in with 3-4 pips. I don't care what these SMC guys are putting out there showing, look here, I had 27R because I only risked 3 pips. Bullshit. You do not sustain doing that. Well, one, they cherry pick that shit all day long, right? That's why I don't do that. Not that I'm saying I don't use market structure, but look at the risk reward here, and this I got this 27R. Careful, guys, right? Next thing, what's the thing that they want now? They want to get you into their mentorship. I swear to God, the number of SMC traders that are offering mentorships, most of them are 22 in their parents' bedroom. They're going to give you a mentorship because they watched some ICT videos. Careful, guys. Good way to part with your money. Okay, that's all I got. I think we're done. We got the Fed coming. Fed's now. Oh, he's talking now. Okay, so that's pretty much all we got, guys. All right. Hopefully you learned a thing or two, just maybe a little something I can pass along after so many years of doing this, of things I've learned the hard way. Most of it I learned the hard way by being breakout bozo, by being, trying to pick the turn. All the little things that, watching stops get hit over and over and over, going, why do I keep getting stopped out, right? There's no easy money in here, right? That's the one thing I can promise you, no easy money. Right? Anyone who tells you, oh, this is so fucking easy, you just got to do this and draw your order blocks and you're going to make a fortune. They're heading for your wallet. Okay, guys, have a good day. I appreciate it. I appreciate you guys hanging out. Anyone who's watching after the fact, I know most of you, right? That's what I would do. I'd fast forward to something I was interested in and hope you hit one that had something that was useful to you. Okay, guys, have a good one, and we'll catch you on